Good morning, Salem High. Welcome back to another episode of SHS Today. My name's Leani, and joining me here at the news desk today is Caroline.
Thank you, Leani. Today we have several interesting stories for you, including students' opinion on the parking policy, a look at the automotive CTE class, and much more. First up, we'll revisit the cell phone policy, find out how teachers and students feel like it's going this year.
I'm Mikey reporting for SHS Today, and today we're asking students about their thoughts on the new cell phone policy.
I mean, I didn't really take my phone out much anyway, but it is definitely less.
I feel like for a lot of us, we need like music or something to kind of like keep us like concentrated.
If we're done at work, we don't get to go on our phones or listen to music.
Not being able to use our phones make us want to use them more.
Less people probably have their phones seen in class.
A lot of people, like even teachers have phones and like they go on them too, so like I feel like they should be more understanding.
Even like teachers still like use their phones like a lot. Like it would be teachers that like hate the phone or like love the phone policy, but they'll use them the most.
I think it's just kind of there.
It actually just like, it basically just distracts me more.
I've seen kids with like a little more anxiety if they like are told to put their phone in the caddy. It like stresses them out.
I feel like it might be too strict.
A little too strict.
I feel like it might be a little too strict.
Ideally, no phone policy.
And we asked teachers about how it's affected their classrooms.
Basically, it's a 3-strike policy, so I tell you to put it away at the start of class, and if it's out after that, it goes to the caddy, and then we call the dean.
The phone policy is really just making sure that the phones are not used in class during instruction or when classwork is being done.
I don't think I would change much at all.
I think definitely. I think the students are more engaged. I hear them talking to each other more as opposed to just being on their phones when they're not doing work or when there's like a break in the class. So I think it's been very good.
I think it just takes pressure off of students.
I think the students are really appreciating the fact that they don't have to worry about, what's going on outside of the classroom.
I think in certain circumstances they could be used.
I suppose they could, maybe in some classes.
I would definitely keep it.
I'm Mikey reporting for SHS Today. Back to you guys in the studio.
This year, as students arrived at school, one thing they noticed was numbered parking spots. We spoke to students about their opinions on the new policy.
Hi, I'm Michaela Daly reporting for SHS Today. Today we talked to some students about the parking system at SHS.
No, I don't like the new parking system because it's just like annoying for some people. I have friends that are like athletes all the way down in like the back left.
I don't really mind it, but I think it's kind of stupid because we picked our spots last year and there's really no trouble.
I hate it because I park in the very back corner and I know juniors have better parking spots than me and it kind of annoys me.
I do. I think there should be priority with like the kind of people that get it. Like I feel like if you are an athlete or like off-campus athlete, you should like get priority to be like closer to the exit or closer to the building.
I think that they should just let us pick our own spots because there's enough spots for everybody and you're not going to get the best spot every day, but if you get there first, you should get the best spot.
If they're going to keep it the same, I think they should find a better way to do it and have people kind of like first come, first serve. But I like the idea of it. I just don't think it was executed well. So I think it would be a good idea to just change the little things.
Every new sports season, athletes who practice off campus can apply for a temporary spot to make it easier for them to commute from school to practice. We talked to some students who have or have had temporary passes.
I used to park at the Boys and Girls Club, but now that hockey season started, I have a temp pass and I park at the school. It helps me because I'm able to actually get to practice on time instead of walking to the Boys and Girls Club.
I think it's really good for people who are in a sport and they park at the Field of Dreams. It's really helpful to me last year as I have 2:30 practice for hockey.
All you need to do is go to A163 and then go to Iggy and plead your case with him.
I'm Michaela Daly reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
We are quickly approaching the halfway point of the school year. Hopefully students are staying on track with their work. We caught up with some students to check in how their year is going so far.
I'm John Conway, reporting for SHS Today, and today we interviewed students to see how their grades are looking so far this year.
Grades aren't looking that good, man, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm rocking with 3 Ds. One's a D minus, 2 D pluses, but I'm working on getting them up, so give or take, give me a month, I'll be there.
They're looking pretty solid. I'm a little behind right now, but we're catching up on work.
So far this year, my grades are looking pretty good. Mostly A's and a couple B's.
They're looking all right. Probably say I have like a 3 GPA.
too. Definitely in chemistry. I want to get that B plus up to an A at least before the end of the semester.
Probably just focus at home with the homework and stuff like that.
Maybe just by like studying after school and just taking my time and doing better with my time management.
I want to end the year with all A's. That'll help my GPA to go up a little bit more.
I'd say focus more in class.
I want to get a 3.3 GPA so I can just go to a good college.
I just want to pass this year, man.
I'm John Conway, reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
As the second semester is approaching, we caught up with some students to check in on how the college process is going and got some strategies from upperclassmen on how to approach the college application process.
I'm Rocco Sorais, reporting from SHS Today. Today we're going to be interviewing upperclassmen about their college process. Do you know what you want to do after high school?
Yes, I want to be a teacher. Yes, I'm going to be a teacher.
To college at UMass Lowell. It was called University of Lowell at the time. That's how old I am.
What's your dream college?
Probably Dean.
Where are you going to college?
Dean. Yeah.
What would you like to major in?
Elementary education.
Elementary education.
Applied to Dean, Keene State, Plymouth, Salem State, and a few others.
Yes, I applied to 5.
Getting into college, I used my guidance counselor quite a bit, and she really helped me sort of find the right college for me and what I was looking for in a school. So the whole process, she really helped me fill out the applications and investigate colleges. So I really leaned on her for.
Also, we're going to be interviewing people about their college tuition and what college they're going to.
Dean College in Franklin, Mass.
Keene State.
Who's going to pay for your tuition?
My parents. Probably mostly through FAFSA. Financial aid.
How I paid for it, I was lucky enough to have parents who really worked 2 and 3 jobs, so I could go to college.
Was it hard to get into college?
No.
So, good question. So, to be honest with you, I don't know how I got into the college I got into. My grades weren't good in high school. They were okay. I was like a C student. And my SAT scores were lower than low. And so anyone out there, please, SAT scores means that doesn't have anything to do with your ability. So, yes.
I'm Rocco for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
AI in the classroom, whether you like it or hate it, has become an overwhelming presence in our school careers. Let's take a look at what Salem High has to say about this.
Hi, I'm Lucas Pantelli reporting for SHS Today, and today we'll be asking students how they feel about AI in the classrooms.
I think to an extent using AI is cheating because it's not your own writing. It's also not your ideas. It's just putting a prompt into a generator and it giving you your work, which I don't think is very fair.
Almost certainly. You're just not allowed. It's basically just a free assignment. It's almost certainly cheating.
To a point, I feel like for us, AI is like the teacher's generation of like Cliff Notes. We both used it.
It's just like getting really out of hand, I believe, these days.
I think AI definitely should be regulated. It can be useful and used as a tool, but it should not be used as the entirety of your project or work.
I think during tests, yes, but for anything else, it just like helps you understand the material more.
It could probably help with understanding like coding and like just how computers work and all that. So it definitely could be used for teaching.
I think it could be useful for teaching because some of them teachers do be wrong.
And as long as it's not taking over like actual human effort and such, and it's being utilized as like an idea maker and such, then I think that's good. Yeah.
This is Lucas Pantelli reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
In the CTE programs here at SHS, we get a lot of students from all over New Hampshire. Today we took a deep dive in Timberlane students' agenda and how it is for them commuting to SHS for some of the programs here.
I'm Abby Robinson reporting for SHS Today. This week, we took a closer look at spotlighting the CTE programs, specifically for sending students. Let's take a closer look at how Timberlane sending students view their CTE and the overall benefits and thoughts of taking their course.
I do believe this course is preparing me for the real world. I have learned how to make a lot of different slices, like dicing.
So far, engineering has mostly been the basics, like 3D modeling, but later in the course, I think it will really help me because engineering 3, we're doing a huge project, improve a part of life, go through all the design steps, and then we present to a board of directors in industry.
I think that this is really preparing us for the real world because right now we're learning a lot of medical terms in future careers. As a doctor especially, that's going to be really important to know.
I really want to pursue baking, so we are doing a little bit of baking. We have a section of our class that's going to be on desserts, and that's really what I want to pursue, so kind of still in culinary.
I think I'd pursue this career. It's kind of stepping out of my comfort zone. It kind of applies my math skills to creativity. I was also thinking architecture would be something, but we also have civil engineering major, so maybe I'd look into that.
Though Timberlane students find themselves in an increased world of opportunities, there are some things to consider when taking a class in another school.
It did limit my schedule. I wanted to take more classes at Timberlane or more AP classes. But I feel like that sacrifice was necessary. I mean, this is really training me for an actual job, and it can get me internships.
I would say it limits it a little bit. I had to not take American Studies this year, but you can always just take it next year, or you can do it online. So there's definitely ways to go around it.
I don't think I really made a sacrifice. I think it's a really good opportunity to be here and able to learn so much.
After taking a closer look and speaking with Timberlane sending students, hearing their opinions will provide insight on the process and what it's like here at Salem. I'm Abby Robinson reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
The automotive class is one of the many CTE programs at Salem High School. We checked in with the teachers and students of automotive technology to see what it's like in the class.
Hi, I'm Aiden Starr reporting for SHS Today, and today we'll be talking to kids who do automotive CTE.
So automotive CTE is you're with your buds and you just learn a lot about cars. We're learning about brake lines right now. We're learning about stuff that we usually wouldn't learn in a regular class.
Well, it's very like the real life. You go into a class, you learn about what you're gonna do. And Thursday and Fridays you go up to the shop, you do all that stuff.
Automotive CTE is actually pretty fun. We work on cars, so it's kind of difficult at the same time because if you mess up one thing, you mess up a whole car.
We're very collaborative and we get hands-on, and I think I learn a lot.
I don't think so, but I want to know more about cars. I want to be able to fix my car up if I want to in the future.
Hopefully, yeah, maybe a job at a dealership or something. If not, maybe I'll just pursue something else, but this is what I'm planning on right now.
I kind of do. I want to go to college for it sometime.
Yeah, I plan to go to college for that and then do the 8 weeks working and then 8 weeks off.
My favorite part of the class? Just hanging out with your friends and learning about cars and stuff.
Definitely the shop days, going out and working with buddies of mine and just enjoying the cars.
I'm probably working on the brakes and stuff.
I like shop days when we can actually work on cars.
And now we'll be talking to some of the teachers who teach our automotive class.
Oh, we have a great group of kids this year. It's actually the biggest class that we've ever had. We've got 69 total students, and about half of them are made up of Timberlane and Wyndham students.
This is the most amount of sending kids we've ever had before, so it's a really good group. They just started out in the shop, but so far so good.
Well, there's two levels of auto. Auto 1 is generally starting out with a lot of safety and then how to use all the shop equipment.
So we do basics in level 1, so brakes, steering and suspension, engines, safety, oil changes are the primary focuses of level 1 auto.
Sounds like things are going great down here, down in the garage. Back to you in the studio.
There's a lot of amazing teachers here at SHS. We talked to one of everybody's favorites, Mr. Bolster, and asked students what they liked about him most.
My name is Sam McCarthy, reporting for SHS Today, and today we're doing a spotlight on one of Salem High School's favorite science teachers, Mr. Bolster.
I've been teaching for 7 years now. I taught 3 years at the Catholic school here in Salem before. I teach Earth and Space Science and Meteorology. Salem High School is a beautiful school. It's got wonderful students. The science department's really nice. It's fun to work with. They'll cover your back if they need you. One of my favorite parts of the school day is just standing in the hall and talking to all my students, past, present, and future, about random things and how their day's going. Yeah. If teachers don't like students, they shouldn't be teachers.
We also interviewed some students about why they enjoy having Mr. Bolster as a teacher and what they think he does to the Salem High School community.
Oh my god, yes, he's like the best teacher.
Fun topics to learn about, and he makes the class participation based.
Last year my teacher was really boring and I didn't like science, but this year now that I have him, he's really funny and he makes class just more interesting.
He has us work in groups a lot and do a lot of activities.
Really fun, and it's just a really good environment to be in.
He tells stories while he's teaching and it makes me remember the information more.
He's a very funny guy.
Yeah, very funny.
When he wants to be.
This is Sienna McCarthy reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
As the winter sports season is approaching us, so is the winter track season. We checked in with some students, athletes, to see what their expectations for the season are.
I'm Anthony reporting for SHS Today, and today we asked some winter track athletes some questions about the upcoming season. What events do you participate in?
I do the 55 meter and the long jump.
The 55, the 300, and I also run the 4x2.
I do the 55 meter hurdles and the 300 meter.
Your expectations for the team this year?
Win a state championship, but it's a lot to ask for.
Goals for our team is just for us to at least make it to New England's, if that's possible, or states. Qualify for a 4x2 team, and I think the girls' side is looking very good, the boys as well.
Hopefully we do good. We have high expectations this season.
What are your personal goals for the upcoming season?
Make it to states in at least one of my events.
I feel great about the upcoming season. I have a lot of goals to accomplish. I want to be top in the state, and yeah.
My goals are to qualify for states.
I'm Anthony Angelo reporting for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
The OG Fortnite map is back, and so are its players. We checked in with some of students here at SHS and got to know a little bit more about what goes on in Fortnite.
Hello, this is Edward for SHS Today, and today we're going to be interviewing people on their thoughts on OG Fortnite.
I'm feeling great. Me and the boys are finally running it back. We've been playing a little Aiden Sutliff action. We've been playing mad OG Fortnite, but that's it.
I'm glad they brought it back, but it's too old and there's not many shields or anything to find in the map.
I think it's fire, the double pump, the gold scar, and just to have the OGs back in,
My favorite place to drop, whatever the hot drop is, we're trying to get as much kills as possible here. You want to go a little Salty Springs, a little Pleasant Park, something like that, yeah.
Definitely either Pleasant Park or Salty Springs.
I'd say a little Pleasant Park action, you know what I'm saying? But I kind of miss Tilted, you know what I mean? I'm excited for that to come back.
And what would your favorite weapon be?
Probably the pump.
I'd say the gold scar. It's so rare to get.
Yes.
That gold scar coming back, or the green double pump. The double pump is massive. You know what else is massive? The low taper fade, kid.
You know what else is massive? The low taper fade.
This was Edward for SHS Today. Back to you in the studio.
Okay, all you Spotify users, it's that time again. What's your Spotify Wrapped? Let's take a look at Salem High's favorite song and artist for the 2024 season.
My name is Atul, reporting for SHS Today, and today we will be talking to students about their Spotify Wrapped or Apple Music Replay. First, we will be asking students if they prefer Spotify or Apple Music.
I prefer Apple Music because I like to be able to access it from most of my devices.
I prefer Spotify. I prefer Apple Music.
I prefer Apple Music.
Now we will be asking students who their top 5 artists of the year were.
My top 5 artists were Noah Kahan, Taylor Swift, Gracie Abrams, Zach Bryan, and Megan Maroney.
My top 5 artists were Taylor Swift, The Driver Era, Megan Maroney, Frank Sinatra, and Frank Ocean.
I think it was Aerosmith, Motley Crue, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, and like 9 Inch Nails or something.
My top 5 artists were Mac Miller, Taylor Swift, Kanye West, Noah Kahan, and Drake.
Now we will be asking students what their top song of the year was.
My top song was This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift.
My top song was Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
What It Takes by Aerosmith.
The Spins by Mac Miller.
Now we will be asking students how many minutes they had on either Spotify or Apple Music this year.
I had 40,000 minutes on Spotify.
25,000.
59,603.
I had 118,000 minutes.
This is Atul with reporting for SHS Today. Back to you at the studio.
Thanks for tuning in to SHS Today.
If there are any stories, if you want features, email Christopher Hazel.
Have a great week, Salem High.